Hello, this is Alessio. Today it's Monday, the May 3rd, and this is the weekly report for the US stocks, which I personally cover as always. So let's dig into this week charts. It's I must say it does look like it's going to be an interesting week, not only for stocks, but of course for indices as well, because at least from my eye can see some interesting things which can possibly develop into further upside. But yeah, I don't I don't cover that, but I just wanted to point that out because to give you some context, since I do cover stocks. So this is Docu, as you guys can see from the watermark. The forecast, which I started covering this chart a few weeks back, the forecast so far is moving nicely. I was predicting further upside since this moved down into this red uh, wave two. At this stage, what could be happening is either we have had a move up into this black one, which is sub-minuet one, and now we are finished or we are in the making of sub-minuet two. That is a possibility if, of course, so that means that we're going to see much farther upside to then, complete the higher degree wave three, which is red three, which is minuet wave three. Is it possible? Yes, of course. Doesn't break any rule. Is it going to happen? Well, that is a question I couldn't tell you honestly. What I can also see though from my eye is that this is the one. Oh, sorry about that. The one, if I can grab it. Come on. Sorry about that. Anyways, well, let's delete this. So the one is here. The two is either, as I said, in the making or finished. And we are going to resume higher into wave three. This is also possible. This would be a leading diagonal. It's possible actually. Actually looks like if it makes sense, like a nice looking diagonal, which is kind of weird to say, but it does look like a diagonal, something like a textbook diagonal. That's what I'm trying to say. So I think that's a possibility as well. Usually we know that after diagonal, the wave two or B, whatever it is, or A, we land near the previous wave two of the diagonal, which would be right here. So if that is the case, then we will see further upside. So I'll keep an eye on it. If we do get down here, then most likely this is the let's say real scenario, because the scenario I previously showed you would not be quite wouldn't quite fit, because a wave two that deep of one lesser degree would just be very unlikely to be correct. That's all. That's what Ali says. So yeah, keep an eye on it. But as you can see, both scenario predict further upside. So the direction is the same. It's just a matter of time, which will give us the answer. So hoping that was clear, we can move on to the next one, which is I like to call it ICE, but it's ICE, Intercontinental Exchange. Once again, I started looking at it and presented to you when we were in the making of this possible triangle, which eventually turned out to be a triangle. So that's great for members who took the advantage of it and traded it to the upside. And at this point, at this stage, at least what I see is that this wave three is completed, and we have actually completed as well wave four. Now, if we zoom in a little, I bring it a little closer, the 5 waves here within this wave through minute 3, sorry, I think it has 2. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's really clear. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to make a higher degree wave 3, and an ABC to make 4. Now, as I said to members, if we break south of $113, then most likely the wave 5 is in place here. So maybe that was wave 1, 3, 4, and 5 is here to make higher degree. And now, so we have a top in place, and now we are resuming lower. Is it possible? Yes, but as I said in the beginning of the video, by looking at the indices, I think it's less likely. I think this scenario right here is most likely has more probabilities to be the right one. As you can see here, I said 5 versus 1. That means that at this point, wave 5, minor 5 is as long as wave 1. And if you do follow that wave, you know that is a very common target for fifth waves, equality with wave 1. So I gotta say, if we do get here, then that's where I would take all profits and not run away, but be very cautious, because we know that right here, also around 125, because it can just fall shortly. So around 125, which is I think it's a better number. We can see some pretty significant resistance in place. So that was ICE. If we move on to Flir System, which is once again a new chart I present to you. This is looking very nice. So I'll just zoom out very briefly to just give you some context. Let me see. Okay, so basically wave 1 and 2, minor 1 and 2. So now we are in minor 3 in the making. So we are in the wave 3, and let me take you back a little closer. We are in a third of a third of a third of a third. So what we would expect is just to see a straight line to the upside, and honestly, I do see aggressiveness in this stock, right? I don't know what you see. I'm happy to hear and see what you guys see. It's always good to have more opinions on the table, but at least what I see is a pretty steep, sharp move to the upside, which as I'm trying to say, would confirm my point of having a third of a third of a third, blah blah blah. You get the point. So at this point, what I'm expecting is this wave 3 to be in place anytime soon, pull back in 4, and then we can trade for the upside to then complete higher degree wave 3. If we take the fib expansion tool and we compare wave 1, minute 1 with minute 3, we have reached equality, where I would aim for 1.618%, which is once again a very common target for third waves. Yeah, that's my target. That's my target. Since we've broken the 100%, so equality, we've broken equality. What could happen is that this wave 4 could actually consolidate near the 100%, so near the equality, so that this could become support. That is most likely to, that happens quite sometimes. So yeah, for the upside, the pullbacks, as I always say, as long as the pullbacks are in 3, they can be bought. So moving on to Nio, I gotta do this for Nio. Okay, moving on to Nio. Sorry if it's but I gotta change from log scale to the arithmetic scale, so that can get quite messy. So my apologies for that. So I think it's been almost 2 weeks now, or a week, that I was predicting the triangle, which so far hasn't let us down. It is behaving like a triangle. So what I see is we have wave 1 and 2 in place. We have started to see a reaction in wave 2. I'll bring you to the hourly time frame in just a second. We've seen a reaction in wave 2, so now we expect for the upside, which once again which now you probably understand why I said it in the beginning of the video, which is why I do see indices going up. It all makes sense, right? It all turns out we can't have like the Nasdaq going crazy up and Nio scrambling to the downside. I mean, it can happen, don't get me wrong, but when we have confluences, that's when things get interesting. At least that is my opinion on the market. That's what I learned. Anyway, here what I see is A, B, C. I'll actually mark it up so it's a little bit more clear. So minute A, which we will make a little bigger. Okay, and we like to paint it blue. So A, sharp moving B. Oh, doesn't want to cooperate. Sharp moving B, and then final leg down in C. Could this be kind of 5 waves? I guess you could, but at this stage I do prefer the 3 waves, because 1, 2, 3. For 5 waves, I think it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However, here I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think you kind of have to force it, but it's still possible, I guess. So we've broken above this. So now we're probably getting a pullback. So anytime soon could be a nice opportunity to buy. As I say, we are trading against this low at the moment, $37.3. And yeah, we'll just see how it goes. It's good that we've broken this point. That is a good thing. We'll just wait and see how it goes. But I can't say that I'm confident, but by gathering evidence, which is what traders and analysts do, I do see further upside to come. So yes, that was Nio. And last but not least is PayPal, which once again is I think it's the first time I bring it to you. So PayPal Holdings. Yeah, once again, I would like to give you some context. So I'll bring you to the weekly time frame. So sorry for the mess if it's not too clear, my apologies. So basically what I'm seeing is 1 and 2, up in 3, triangle in 4, up in 5, and the ABC was within the new year, the March of 2021. Could this be so that would make higher degree wave 1, so primary 1, which we can definitely mark up. So this would be primary 1, make it blue, and primary 2 in place. Is this possible? Of course it is. Otherwise I wouldn't have marked it up. But I need to tell you that I'll just bring you back to the daily, that it is true that the move was in 3 waves. So that's why it makes me believe it's a ABC. It could also be an B, A, and C in the making to go lower. Is it possible? Yes, it is. Does my eye and experience tell me that, do my eyes and experience tell me that it is the most likely scenario to occur? Not really, not at this time. I gotta be honest. So that's why I prefer 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll bring you to the early time frame to show you this price action of the minor 4 of the higher degree wave 1, because I think that kind of gives me more confidence, saying that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and we are in the making of a 5. And once again, as I said, I do see indices going higher this week, if not this week, very soon. But I think from my eye, what my eye is telling me that this week should be the right time. So that would confirm everything I'm saying. So yeah, let's take you to the hourly time frame. So this right here, from the top in wave 3, from right here, honestly, I challenge you. I don't want to be bossy or but I challenge you to count this as impulsive. I mean, the initial move down to me does not look like 5 waves. It just doesn't. This move down looks like 5 waves because it's a C wave, right? So I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. C. So that would be A, B, C. A. Well, what could be is wave A. Yeah, we can wave A makes it a little bigger and blue. B and down in C. And this wave C has 5 clear subwaves, which I'll show you right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this honestly looks like an ending diagonal. So if I am correct, today, I'm not lying, today, during today's session, we will see PayPal moving higher. So actually, you could be interested in looking for a long trade. Of course, be cautious and wise when you're trading yourself, because we can always lose. But I do see that as a possibility. Actually, not that. So yeah, that's But honestly, what I was trying to be bossy when I say I challenge you to count this as impulsive. Actually, if you can, and if you'd like to send your chart to Peter, so that he can show me, or you can send it to myself, and I'd be interested to see your point of view. But at least from what I see, I just struggle to see it impulsive. So that's why I do believe we're gonna resume higher. So that was it for me today. Hope you enjoyed the video as always, and let me know in the comments if you did or not, or if you anything to add. And I'll see you next week. Thanks for